Welcome. Me and my piano. I'm Ishod.B. So this is me and my piano podcast. Yeah, man, I've been feeling inspired to share this story, man. It's a story that I've kept to myself for a long time. So I'm going to get straight into it. This is about letting go of things you may be carrying and understanding that it may have already served its purpose. So early 2001, I think, a friend of mine, it was murdered. Yeah. He was murdered and it got back to me and his younger brother. He wasn't even a friend of mine. He's like a big brother. Do you know what I mean? If I'm honest, he's a big brother, man. And we're going back moons, yeah? But he had a dying wish for me. It got back to me on that same day that he transitioned, right? That he wanted me and his younger brother and his niece to make sure that we always continue doing music, yeah? And the way that I embodied that, the way I took that on board, it was amazing. It's beautiful, yeah, honestly. It's taken me the best part of 19 years to realize how much that affected me. And I want to share that with you guys. I want to share how carrying something has affected me in a positive way and also in a negative way. Just trying to find that balance, I suppose. So, on Valentine's Day, right, I'm coming home from college, and I had some altercations that day that would never have taken place. In some ways, I feel like it could have been my life that day, if I'm honest. Yeah? Just random things. In fact, some guys tried to rob me, basically. So I've come back home now, and I've seen a friend of mine, and he's like, yo, did you hear what happened? And I'm like, how does he know? What's going on? What's going on? And then he said it. He said, Jason's dead. And I was like, you know when you're waiting for someone to say joke, and it doesn't come, right? So anyway, fast forward, it was true. I don't believe in death like that. I don't believe anything is final. I believe in transitioning. But the younger me took that on board, and I really, really embodied that it got back to me, because his missus pulled me and his younger brother out and his niece and said, look, I need to speak to you guys. I need to speak to you guys right now. Jason told me to tell you something. So I'm thinking, what's this? And my head's all over the place. And basically it come back to me that some of his dying words were, make sure that you guys don't stop doing music. Make sure you always do music. And I think, looking back at it now, 19 years or so later, I think it was more me questioning myself, like, what did he see? What did he see to think of me? You got 2 bullets in you. What was it that you saw? And I'll never know that. I'll never know that. That's part of an acceptance for me. So today's not a long one. I just encourage. I didn't realize how heavy that promise was. Do you know what I mean? I didn't, and I'm just being honest with you guys, because I know everybody's probably carrying something. And, we have to be mindful that we know when to put it down. We know when to pick it up. We know how to use it. It's already served its purpose a lot of the time. We're choosing to relive these scenarios. But I'm so grateful that my name was mentioned in that. And I feel honored. You know what I mean? It was an honor, it was a blessing. In fact, it's been what's propelled me and kept me so, I guess, ambitious and so sort of tunnel visioned in some ways. So I just wanted to share that truth. I wrote a song, the first album that me and his brother made, actually, Renaissance. It was called The Promise. And that was, I got to keep this promise. I got to keep this promise. And in some ways, I always felt like, no one else understands, because they weren't mentioned. Do you know what I mean? And then I did a song, which I'm going to share with you guys today. The older me, I say I probably wrote this song maybe about 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. And yeah, it was like me saying, what would my conversation sound like with Jay if he was still here? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got kids now. I've been married. I've done this. I'm a big man. In fact, I'm older than he was when he passed over. That's something to think about. Do you know what I mean? So I've outgrown that in some ways, but it's always going to be a part of me. That's why I'm sharing it today. So I'm going to get into this song. It's called A Promise in the Heart. And this song was inspired by, I didn't get to have that conversation with Jay, I never really got to say, and what would it sound like if I could speak to you? What would it sound like? So I'm going to get into this song before I get all emotion, my partner, Angel, she'll be accompanying me. our beautiful voice, and yeah, we're just gonna give this offering, and yeah, promise in our heart. Jason Ryan Phillips. I gave it all up just to jump back on it. What I really want to say is that I'm still on my way, cause you made me promise I ain't been down your grave. It's been a while since I misbehaved. I got things on my mind. When I think back in time, I got so much to say. I got littlest. Let me draw you an equivalent. Death ways boring, I went exploring, cause I heard a calling for deliverance. Me and bro were still tight. We went through things that didn't feel right. I tossed and turned, I lost concern, cause I got to learn just to know what it feels like. And I'm sorry for not seeing your children. My excuse isn't a real one. Jake, I wonder what you saw that day while fighting and breathing. I cannot understand why you call our names at your time of leaving. But look, Reese is doing well, speaking about the girl, and I know you hear me. Wherever you are, cause I'm following your footsteps from under the stars. I thought I'd say hello from afar. You went and left me with a promise in my heart. I wasn't winning. I kept hearing I wasn't giving. Like when you pass, I used to ask you what comes after the beginning. A few new faces you've never seen, cause they came after you was living. They say it's this, they say it's that, but me, I know it isn't. From stepping stones to playing keys, I fell in love, I fell in need. She's worth it, I hoped you'd agree. I went through a spell, I'm doing well. A gust of wind, it blew my cell. Tell me that was you as well. You took me into your world. Big J, do you remember the day your sister, she threw a party, you rocked the mic and Ross rolled with Shay? We miss you, we've been through some issues. Look, nothing's in vain, the love's still the same, and I know you hear me. Wherever you are, cause I'm following your footsteps from under the stars. I thought I'd say hello from afar. You went and left me with a promise in my heart. Memories are forever hills to climb. I'm still walking under heaven and the street lights. Big and small are the same to me. People ain't what they claim to be. It's alright, cause I'll be just fine. And I know you hear me. Wherever you are, cause I'm following your footsteps from under the stars, the stars, the stars. I thought I'd say hello from afar. We come to say hello from the stars. Hello, hello, it's a promise in our heart. I'm Ishod.B, me and my piano. Hope you enjoyed. Give thanks.